The first thing we're going to show you is how to calibrate the display. On the projector itself, select the menu button. Scroll down to extended, then select the easy interactive function, and then select manual calibration.
Then you take the pen and hit each of the green dots.
If you notice that your pens or cursor are not lining up where you're touching on the screen, you would want to recalibrate. Your menu, you have one on the left, one on the right. They're the exact same thing. So when you walk from side to side, if you want the menu, if you click on the right side, you've got a menu. If you walk back to the left and click on the menu, it's the same exact thing. Next thing we're going to show are the pens, using the pens as whiteboard markers. There's two pens and there's no difference between either pen. You can actually have both pens writing on the whiteboard as a marker at the same time. So Tyler's going to draw something on there right now and pick a color. So he's drawing there. I'm going to come up and grab another pen and see if this works as well. Yeah. So you can have two people up here at the same time. But if I want to change colors, we'll come up to the menu, pick the size that you want your writing to be, and then choose your color. Like so.
So to erase it, there are two eraser buttons down here. This first one is just a normal eraser like you would have in paint. You can do it wherever your pen goes. And you can choose large or small based on where you press. Now the second one right here erases the whole screen. So it says delete all annotation. Do you want to continue? Yes. And it clears your screen.
So now we're going to show you the difference between the marker and highlight. So if Tyler's going to go to the marker first, which is the top button, and he's going to choose yellow, and then he's going to go over like he wanted to highlight registration, and he noticed that he just blocked it out because we're on marker instead of highlight. So he's going to go back to the menu and go undo because he didn't want that. And now he's going to actually choose the marker one, which is the second box down, and choose a size and color. And now he's going to go highlight registration, and now you can see through it. So you can highlight things or use it as a marker as well. So we've shown you this all working with a document camera. If you want to just use just a whiteboard and use the electronic markers as a whiteboard, Tyler's going to show you how to switch to that. You just go to your menu, go to the top right, click there, and now you have a whiteboard. So you don't have to use dry eraser markers. You can just use the electronic whiteboard to put whatever you want up here. You are limited in space to where the screen is when you do this, but it's pretty handy. We are now hooking up our computer with the white USB cord at the cart. After we've hooked up our computer to the projector, you're going to take your pen on the menu and select the mouse so that you can control your laptop functions with the pen now. So you want to go to like different tabs, and now you're just using it as a mouse. So now your pen's just a mouse, and you can control your computer using your pen. Really, you can do anything that you could with your mouse, you can now do with the pen. So now we're going to show you some functions of the pen. To left click, you just tap on the board, and we're just right back to our document. Double click is going to put your cursor right where it would like you were with a mouse. You can highlight stuff here. just by holding the pen down. To right click, you're going to hold down the pen button and then click. And that'll bring up your right, just like you would if you would right click with a mouse to do whatever you needed to do there. And to click and drag, tap and drag with the pen. And you can move stuff around. And I do. Again, this pen is just like your mouse, except you're in front of the classroom. So you can see right now we're at the top of a page, so you can't see a whole lot of the page if you're projecting from your screen. To scroll down, you just take the pen and tap on the right hand side where you would normally scroll the scroll bar, or you can grab the scroll bar and move it up and down, whatever works best for you. We need to get the interactive tools from self-service, so Tyler's going to take you through those steps. Open up self-service. Go over to apps on demand. Scroll down until you find, should be with a, yep, Epson interactive tools, and just click install. This takes a couple minutes to download, so just wait for it to finish. So when that is finished downloading, go to self-service and quit self-service. And then you can either go to your Launchpad or you can go to your applications folder and click on Easy Interactive Whiteboard version 4.1. Open that up, and that's going to take you to the home page that looks just like this. So now that we've started up the Easy Interactive Tools, this is your home menu right here. And we're going to choose Desktop Annotation just by clicking on it. And now look at the very top. I'm going to zoom in here. Look at the very top menu bar. The first one is your home button. So if you click on the home, that's always going to take you back to here, so you can choose where you want to go. We're going to choose Desktop Annotation. We have a Save button, which is next, and we're not going to show that because we don't have anything to save right now, but we'll do that later. We're going to go over to the toolbox, open up the toolbox, and then we can print from here. If we just click on the print icon, we can print whatever's on the screen. Go back to the toolbox. So we go to the shade. What this does is just blanks your screen. So if you want to get the kids' attention back and not focusing on all the writing that's on the board, you can just do the shade. To get out of the shade menu, there's a little X on the top right corner. You just click on that, and now you're back out of the shade mode. We're going to go back to our toolbox.
Enlarge area.
Enlarge the area. So that's the very first thing. And this does make it big. Again, you can draw right on there. Okay, we're going to close that. And then we want to go to the spotlight feature, which is the next one over. And again, you can just spotlight something and it makes everything else dark. So if you wanted to just spotlight something on the screen, you can kind of make that oval any shape that you want to just by dragging. Very simple. We'll close that out. Here we're going to show you from switching to your computer to the whiteboard while we're in this interactive mode. So Tyler's just going to click a little button up here, and now we're back to the Easy Interactive Tools and just a straight whiteboard. So here we want to show you how to build some slides, some different screens. So if you just click on one, I'll zoom in here. So we just built our first slide, and Tyler's just going to put a 1 on this one. And now to get another slide, he's going to come up here and click the plus slide. Now you can see both of them. There's 2. Click the plus and put a 3, and then show all 3 slides on the left there. So now you can see your 3 slides on the left hand side there, and you can toggle back and forth from one to the other. So here's something that you can pre-build to show. You don't have to do it all at the same time. You can click the arrows at the top, just like Tyler was doing, to go from one slide to the next. And then we want to save this. So we want to save this presentation. So we're going to come up here, click the save button, and we'll just save it as 002. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. You can decide what you want to save it as. Click OK. And now let's go back to the home screen. And we're going to go to Open File. And it's going to pull any file that we've saved here. And we wanted the 0002. And click Open. And now that will open up our 3-point slideshow where we can go back and forth. So I think one of the best things about this is you can save this lesson from day to day, year to year. You can pre-build these lessons so that when you start up the interactive tools, that you can just pull up this lesson and go right through it if you want to build it the day before you want to use it. So right now we're using the pen as a mouse. If I want to switch and write something on here, I'm going to have to switch back to pen. So I click off the mouse, and then I'm going to go choose my pen color and width. And now I can write on this screen like so. And then if I want to go back to the mouse, I just click back on the mouse. So a couple of last things here. If you're a person that doesn't like the toolbar on the right side of your screen, you can just take that toolbar, press it on the top, and move that toolbar like Tyler is wherever you want it to be on the screen. So you can move that around out of your way as needed. And then the last thing we want to show you is how to exit out of the program. So he's going to move it back here, and I'm going to zoom in here. At the very bottom, you're going to see a little screen like that, and that will exit out of your interactive program when you're done.